I make sure that it is not in vain, that I didn't experience what I experienced to not tell the world how great these survivors are.
We, the members of the Magic City chapter of the Links Incorporated, are proud to have partnered with the YWCA for the 5th year in bringing recognition to domestic violence and honoring these women with our support.
The questions that we are asking on the conversation of domestic violence almost put blame back onto the victim. Why didn't you leave? Why did you stay? It is re-victimizing, right?
This year, we are asking everyone to come together to help us as an agency and a community to end domestic violence. We're counting on you. When you see something, say something. When you know of a friend that's going through a hard time, when you know of a family member that's going through a hard time, refer them to our resources. We are here 24/7 to help you get through this. Most importantly, you need to remember that you are not alone.
Delilah Susie McKee, November 24th, 2019. Delilah Susie McKee was a loving mother, grandmother, sister, and friend. Although she was the youngest of 6 siblings, she was very strong and independent. She enjoyed spending time with her friends and family, cooking out, and bringing the life of the party. Although she had endured a battle with breast cancer, her friends say she had a smile on her face at all times. Susie and Ricky McKee were married in August of 1993. They lived in Blount County, Alabama. After 25 years of marriage, they separated in September of 2018 and filed for divorce in October. At that time, Susie had also been issued an order of protection due to verbal and mental abuse, threats, and physical abuse from Ricky. Despite the order of protection, Ricky continued to call, stalk, and photograph Susan. On November 20th, Ricky was arrested and charged with 3rd-degree domestic violence for menacing after he went to Susie's house with a gun. The court issued a warrant for Ricky with no bond, since he was already in contempt for violating the protective order. However, the warrant was not received by the sheriff's office until after Ricky had already been released on bond. This error in communication led Ricky to be free to return to Susie's home. There, he broke in and ultimately shot her and himself. Susie did everything she could to keep herself safe. She was getting out of the marriage. She had an order of protection. She was involving the police in her situation. Unfortunately, though, the system failed her with a clerical error. This shows just how quickly a domestic violence situation can become deadly.
Raven Lynette Swain, July 28, 2020. Even with her brother in the television spotlight, Raven Lynette Swain's light shone just as brightly. Raven's friend and family knew her as a beautiful girl with a heart of gold who was loving and full of joy. At only 24 years old, she had a whole life ahead of her. Raven and DeMarcus Chandler had a off again relationship that had a history of violent incidents in the past. DeMarcus made threats and fired shots at Raven's car, and he had been charged with felony domestic violence strangulation. Despite all these incidents and warning signs, Raven's request for a protection from abuse order was dismissed. Fortunately, DeMarcus was less able to get to Raven since he was being held at the West Jefferson Correctional Facility. However, that didn't mean Raven was safe. On July 28, 2020, police received a call that shots had been fired near Underwood Park. Upon their arrival, they found Raven Swan's car lodged in the bushes at the park's entrance. She had been shot in the heart and was declared dead on the scene. Raven's family flocked to the park to mourn, and rumors began to stir about DeMarcus's involvement. On August 24th, 2020, Solomon Menity III was arrested for taking the life of Raven Swain. He had been hired by DeMarcus Chandler to kill Raven for $8,000. The two men exchanged several messages before and after the shooting, including logistical plans and texts like, "She got what she deserved." Both men have been charged with capital murder.
Hi, my name is Kanetta Atkins, Coordinator of Community Education and Advocacy at YWCA Central Alabama. Domestic violence knows no race, social boundary, class distinction, or age. YWCA ensures the safety of victims and survivors through our domestic violence program services. Our 24-hour crisis hotline, 2 confidential shelter locations for women, families, and children, victim and legal advocacy, as well as victim support groups and children in crisis. All of our services ensure the safety of women, and they are free to the Jefferson County, Blount, and St. Clair community. Thank you for using your voices to ensure the safety of victims of domestic violence.
YWCA Central Alabama remains committed to ensuring the safety of victims and survivors of gender-based violence. If you are experiencing abuse in your intimate relationship, please call our 24/7 crisis line, 205-322-HURT or 205-322-4878. Or you can call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-SAFE, 1-800-799-7233.